discuss the tough topic. Highland's positive attitude and determination have helped many cancer patients during their own cancer journeys. Please welcome Louise.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. This is just such an absolute honor for me. When I was diagnosed with stage 3 invasive ductal breast cancer in March of last year, I told my doctor I would do anything he wanted me to do with 3 very simple conditions. My daughter was getting married in December, so I said to him, 1, I need to be chemo skinny. And 2, I need to have enough hair so that I can go to her wedding without a wig. And 3, I need to have a spectacular set of reconstructed boobs. By the time her wedding rolled around, I had gained 42 pounds. I didn't have an ounce of hair to my name. And I was dealing with a raging infection on my right boob that wasn't even the one that had cancer. When I called him on his incompetence, he looked at me and said, "Yeah, but you're alive to go to her wedding." And he was right. For me, that was the silver lining to my cloud-filled journey. We do say every cloud has a silver lining, and for me, I discovered many through my journey. One of them is that if you are a cancer patient, pretty often you can get away with saying pretty much anything you want. So I did. 2 days after my initial diagnosis, I found myself in the surgeon's office while he was taking photos in the position that ladies, many of us, have become familiar with. Right? His nurse was obviously new and so nervous, and he was very intent on explaining to me how very severe my diagnosis was. There he was with his camera, clicking away, explaining what the procedure was going to look like for the next year of my life. And I couldn't take the tension anymore. So I said the first thing that came to mind. This is the best day of my life. He looked at his nurse, looked at me, put his camera down and said, "Honey, are you okay?" To which I responded, "Oh yeah." I always did want to be in adult films. He cried laughing, and when he was done crying from laughing so hard, he looked at me and said, "You're going to be fine through this journey. Just fine." Another day in the middle of my chemo, I was driving down the good old 405. When, as luck would have it, I got pulled over. The officer did the usual. "Ma'am, do you have any idea how fast you were going?" And I wanted to say, "Dude, do you have any idea how many drugs I'm on?" But I didn't think that was the right tactic. And just as I was trying to figure out what to say to him, I saw a look flit across his face. And I realized what he was seeing. My hair had started falling out in clumps from the chemo. I had cold sores on my mouth. And I had track marks up and down my arms. And without thinking, I looked at him and said, "Oh, officer, I swear I'm not a crack addict. I just try not to die. Because I could get away with saying almost anything, he let me off with a warning. Cancer has its benefits. Some of the weird things I have said through my cancer journey pale in comparison to some of the things that our well-meaning friends and loved ones have said to us. You know what I'm talking about. Everything happens for a reason. No, it doesn't. No, sometimes icky things just happen because guess what? Icky things just happen. This is another one of my favorites. Do you think you got cancer because you drink wine? If I'd have known wine causes cancer, I would have switched to vodka years ago. Perhaps even one of those lovely Spa Girl vodkas we all got to share today. Here's another one of my favorites. You do know that there is a cure for cancer. All of those cancer treatments are just money-making issues. You're aware of that, right? I didn't care. I gave them all my money. They all still have all my money. In fact, I was about ready to give away my firstborn. But she just got married and I'm kind of desperate for grandchildren. So I'm going to hang on to her for a little while. This was my favorite one. At least you'll get skinny from chemo. 42 pounds. 42 pounds. Seriously, am I the only person who gained weight during chemo? Thank you. I did not get chemo skinny at all. And this one. You do know there are alternative cures for cancer, right? Like these oils, shark cartilage, a sweatbox in Arizona, the unfiltered urine of an aardvark that you must drink while standing naked on your head through a bamboo straw.